Hello everyone, it's John here. I hope you're doing well. I really thought for a long time about doing this video and I thought, shall I do it? Shall I not? I know a lot of people who have done a video like this have got some negative, criticism or comments or what, I don't know. But I just thought, I decided to do this video because the only reason I've decided to do it is because it really helped me watching other people's stories when they stopped becoming a vegan. Before, when I was reading them, I just thought, when I was a vegan and I was reading stories like this, I thought, oh gosh, here's someone else like claiming that they've had problems with their health because of this and because of being a vegan. So I just thought, well, do you know what? Now I know it's true because I did experience health problems too. I think for some people it works amazingly, and for others, for some reasons, I don't know, maybe people are intolerant to certain foods. I don't know, but I'm gonna share my story with you. So basically in 2019, I became a vegan, and February 2019, I remember it was, and I stopped being a vegan in 2020 on, I think it was September or October. So I did it for about 20 months. And when I first started it, it was brilliant. I loved it because being a vegan, it really changed me. I suppose it still has because I'm more aware about certain other situations around the world or things, because being a vegan is not just about what you eat, it touches everything else. It's the clothing you wear, and products you buy, you use, and I'm still, I try to do the best I can for something like that. But then that can open a whole other door, because in clothing, where do you buy your clothing from? Is it, is it made in a factory where someone is forced to work for minimum wage? So you can keep on going on and on with these sort of different topics of what's doing the right thing. Anyways, I'm sort of going a bit off topic there. So basically being a vegan, I was saying, did change me, because it's not about what food you eat, it's about the products you buy and products you use and whatever. And it made me more aware of things. Anyway, so when I first became a vegan, I had no problems at all. I absolutely loved it. I could eat not whatever I wanted because I'm intolerant to certain foods, and I still am. I became even more intolerant as months were going. I would say for the first year was good for me. I didn't really experience that many problems when I first became a vegan. It was brilliant. I was taking all the vitamin supplements I was meant to, multivitamins, vitamin B12 and other things. I don't remember what they were off the top of my head, but I took a lot. Whatever I was meant to take, I took, and I took the most of what I was meant to. Or if I felt like I was taking too much, I went a bit down on quantities. And basically last year, I started, just out of the blue, out of nowhere, I started to get really dizzy, and I mean really dizzy, just abnormal dizzy spells. I was just getting, I can't describe how the dizziness was. It was, it's not like if you go like on a fairground ride or an amusement park and you get really dizzy. It wasn't like that. It was more of, I remember I woke up on my bed, where I'm sitting on now, and it was just, I just felt the room was like spinning, and I was holding on my bed. I thought, oh my gosh, like I'm gonna fall off this bed. Like something really isn't right. And I thought nothing of it. I really thought absolutely nothing of it at that time. I mean, I knew something was wrong, like don't get me wrong, but I thought, oh, it will pass. Anyway, I remember I went for a walk. If it was that day, I don't remember, or the next day when I experienced this. And I started to get really dizzy again while I was walking. And again, I thought, oh my gosh, I started to hold on bars. I thought, I'm not going to make it to go back in time. And this kept on happening day after day after day. And I thought, what could it be? I was taking all these supplements. This has never happened to me before. On top of this, I was getting all these bowel problems with my stomach. I kept on getting these stabbing pains all the time, every time I ate something. to a point I became intolerant to all beans. I could have no beans at all. And as a vegan, that limits you massively, huge. It limited me to what I could eat. On top of that, I became very intolerant to certain vegetables, and I still have, I still am intolerant to these sort of things, but not as bad. I can have them on a certain level, like in small quantities. Yeah, so basically, I started to become super intolerant, and I was very healthy as a vegan. I wasn't like a junk food vegan. I was eating really healthy. But unfortunately, towards the end, I became so intolerant to all these things. I started to buy like frozen products to me, which is something I really didn't want to do, because they put all these preservatives in them, and I'm sure you can buy healthy ones too, and I did, but I was intolerant to some of them too. So basically, I was doing this for a few weeks. I felt awful because I was eating like absolute rubbish, absolute crap. I was eating, just frozen, processed sausages and vegan sausages and vegan processed burgers. And I started to hate it. I thought, I can't do this anymore. And I thought, let me try and eat a few beans again while I'm having this. But my stomach just, honestly, every time I had them, I felt like someone was stabbing me in the stomach, and I had to go to the toilet. Sorry, I know it's a bit too much information there, but literally the moment I ate, I just felt like a stabbing pain, and that was it for me. I just became so intolerant to so many things, and I thought, is it linked to being a vegan? And I thought, I'm not gonna lie, I never went to the doctors, I never went to get tested, I never had anything. So I can't really say I'm 100% sure that it is from being a vegan, but I am 99% sure. But I'll tell you why. And I just thought to myself, I can't do this anymore. And I thought, let me start having dairy. The moment I introduced dairy back into my diet, I felt so much better. Another thing, I started to feel weak. I started to feel a lot weaker as well towards the end. For the first year, I was okay. But towards the end, I started to become a lot weaker on my last few weeks of being a vegan, or I don't know, 2-3 months. I don't remember the exact dates. And I started to have dairy. I had cheese, I had milk, and I felt so much better within days after. My dizziness went away. My stomach problems improved massively. I can't say they've improved 100%, but I mean, I would say 80% they're better. At times I might get a few stomach problems. That's because I'm eating what I'm not really supposed to eat. The foods I became super intolerant to, I'm only a little bit intolerant to, and not all of them anymore. For vegetables, I can tolerate nearly all of them now. Before, there were certain vegetables I just couldn't tolerate. Yeah, and then from that, slowly I just thought, oh, I don't know, if you see the background in being, why people become a vegan, if people do it for the ethical reasons, you would see that even having dairy is bad, because if you see how they treat the animals, or what they claim to be free-range eggs, in my opinion, aren't really like free-range. They don't run, I don't know. I know they're not based in this small box, but I mean, they don't really have much room if you look at videos and if you see how animals are treated. So I still do feel bad, and I try to do the best I can to buy the most ethical products that I can. And I know as a vegan, people say there's no such thing as being ethical, because, this goes on, that goes on. And, but yeah, I mean, for me, being a vegan didn't work. And then I started to eat fish again. And then I don't really eat that much meat, but I do have meat from time to time. So I'm not gonna lie, I do eat meat. And for me, it's not an excuse. I know people don't know me. They could be saying, "Oh, here's someone else who's lying about, saying he was vegan and he just wanted to eat meat again, or fish or dairy." But the thing is, I'm not a vegan channel, so it's not like I was caught out or anything. I just wanted to say my story to help others who may be going through the same thing as a vegan who are struggling. And I generally believe it isn't for everybody. You know, a lot of people can't tolerate foods, and I'm so happy I've started to eat, to eat products like this again. But yeah, I think it's great for people who are vegans, don't get me wrong, I think it's brilliant. And I have to say, when I was a vegan, I really was a vegan. There's a lot of people who claim to be vegans out there who are not proper vegans at all. I really was. I didn't touch one dairy product. I ate no meat, no fish. All my clothes were, I bought nothing leather, nothing, I checked everything. I bought all my products. Okay, for my products, I can't say 100% every single thing I bought, like maybe deodorant spray, that might be tested on animals, I'm not sure. But when I Googled it, apparently it wasn't. But I'm sure the company back in the day did test on animals. But predominantly everything I bought, like from my soap, everything, I checked the back of everything. Things like cleaning products. If I'm really honest, for cleaning products, I didn't. I just would buy what I could, because I'll be shopping in different shops forever, buying one thing there, one thing here. But in general, I was very, very, very good. I would say I was more 99.9% a genuine vegan. As I say, the 0.1% flaw was stuff like that, like cleaning products, and stuff. I mean, apparently when you Google certain products, they're not tested on animals anymore. And I did Google and they said that they weren't, but I don't know in the past, as I've said, if they've tested on animals. Well, that was my story. That's my story. And yeah, I just wanted to share it with you. Another thing, actually, before I go was, I don't know, I really, when I started to eat all these things again, like meat, fish and dairy, I thought, gosh, am I doing the right thing? But then I thought, like, biblical, in the Bible, I come from a Christian background, so I just thought, it says that we are allowed to eat, certain meats and certain fish and what have you. I think like all, most religions have, certain meats you can't eat. I would imagine certain meats you can. But, I suppose, even if you're an atheist, I mean, you might find it as wrong and you just don't want to eat it. That's fine. I think it's everyone's got an opinion. But then I thought, from a biblical point of view, I just thought, well, it says that, we can basically, eat animals, certain animals and dairy and everything like that. I know some people are thinking I can probably find a passage in there and say, well, actually it says it doesn't, but I mean, you could argue this left and right forever. I mean, it basically says, from what my understanding of it, I might be wrong, but from what my understanding is, and many others out there, is that you can eat it from a Christian point of view. But yeah, for me, it was more about the ethical. I just felt I didn't do it for health reasons. I did it because I felt sorry for the animals, and I thought it was bad. And I still do feel sorry for the animals. So I suppose in some ways, I don't know. I thought, gosh, do I need to eat, that much meat or fish? As I said, I don't really eat a lot of fish. Oh, sorry, I don't really eat a lot of meat. I do have fish. But yeah, I don't know. I suppose even as a vegan, if you eat one fish, and I'd be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you're eating that fish. Like, that's how I was in my mind, of that poor fish. But yeah, I do believe it. I've lived being a vegan, so I know I had problems. So yeah, that's my story. I hope, even if this video just helps just one person eventually, and they can relate to my story and be, gosh, I had those problems or a similar problem too, I suppose I'm doing it to help, even that one person says, don't beat yourself up about it. You tried, it didn't work, I did try multiple other supplements for me as well. Still didn't really have an impact towards the end. So I really did do everything I could before I stopped being a vegan. Anyway, that's it from me. Thank you very much for watching. And yeah, I'll be doing another video again soon. Bye for now.